Alright, it's time for a mini hit and miss conversion update on January 3rd. Alright, show you what we've done. Well, obviously made the frame for it. This is my first idea, this type of frame. I don't know if I'll keep it. It seems to be sturdy enough. Got two 16th inch plates holding the actual engine onto the frame. By a 1032 screw over here. And two 1032 screws on this side. Those are the original screw holes in the part of the flywheel shroud that were on the they're original to the engine. The other bearing, I just went with a bronze bushing held in there with, it's actually a flange bushing. It's like this right here, in 1/8 inch plate held in like that with four 832 screws. You know, nice and simple. Before I actually run the engine, I'm going to drill a small hole here, and just so I can get oil directly to the shaft. With no, I put some oil on the two ends here, but just a hole in the center will, get it directly on there. So anyway, the flywheel's put on the shaft now. This is permanent. It's nice now that I can, be able to spin it, and it's supported on both ends. It's not gonna wobble or anything. The governor's still the same. I haven't done any work to that yet. I think I mentioned last video I did get a lighter intake valve spring compared to the exhaust valve for the atmospheric intake. Okay, started to mount the latch out block. See, it's a piece of machined aluminum and a 1/4 inch just piece of key stock that's going to slide back and forth in there. That is going to rest on this piece of 16th inch steel that I've bent and screwed to the crankcase. That's two 1032 screws. I'll show you that. Let's see. There's the one where it comes through, and the other one comes through up there. They both clear all moving parts just fine, not a problem. I will end up sealing them with some thread locker so that they don't leak any oil back past the threads. So the next thing to do, set that back on there, is I'm gonna thread the latch out block here with either probably an 832 or a 1032 screw, two of them. You can see, let me bring the exhaust valve and close the exhaust valve. There it goes. Okay, so at that point you can see the exhaust valve tappet or push rod is lifted up, fully extended. This will be raised up to about there. There'll be just a very small gap there, and I'll just use a spacer or even a couple washers just to build that area up. So that's just so I can adjust it, up and down depending on how I see it run. That's that. As far as the governor, levers, and controls themselves, this is how it is here. This piece of key stock will be, trimmed down and cut. I also should mention that I will be cutting a step into this piece of stock right here. It's literally going to be a step. When I want to hold the exhaust valve open, it'll be just the full 1/4 inch key of stock holding it open. But then when I want to let it close to fire, this will be pulled, and there'll be a step or a groove cut into this piece of key stock where the exhaust valve will be able to fall into and close all the way. Like I was going to say, as far as the levers go, still not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. This is probably going to end up being like that. I've got these small pieces of, I don't even know what size they are. Just to function something like this. I'm not really sure. Somehow I got to translate this motion here to the motion of the slider here. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but shouldn't be that hard. I'll make some brackets or something to hold it. The parts where they couple together, I was just going to use these just a 440 screw, and just as a pivot point, as a joint, I mean. Just a 440 screw and a nut, or a lock nut. It should do just fine. I mean, I don't think they're going to wear particularly fast. These are stainless steel, so. Oh, and for the carburetor, what I'm thinking is small Briggs carburetor off whatever I can find, like off of a WM or a WI or a Model Y. Any of the small, simple carburetors, with the basic check valve fuel tank, like is on a WI there, or on a Y. Just something real simple, which is single needle valve, because that's what this will probably run best on. Nothing, no elaborate fancy, carburetors. Magneto, I'm thinking I'm going to leave that original. Just have that mounted right up there and run it back to the spark plug. And, well, of course, that'll mean that it'll be firing every revolution like it would normally be. That might work, but if I find that somehow, while it's on its missing stroke, it's igniting some kind of residual vapors in the carburetor that is just not working out, I was thinking about going just to a buzz coil. Having a switch on the governor, when the governor latches out, cuts power to the coil, buzz coil, or even a set of breaker points or something. It's all up in the air for that right now. But that's the progress I've made so far. I'm not working on anything else until this gets done. No more projects. I've cleaned out I don't have anybody's equipment here. That's all done. So, getting this finished.